Welcome to this official unboxing of the WWE Mattel Retro Wave 2 figures. And the first thing to say is how quickly they've arrived. What is it, about a month ago that we ordered them, had them ready to go. Obviously really successful at the first box, and I think we can hope for many more in the future. Are these the 4 figures you desperately wanted? We had that conversation about the first series as well, didn't we? I'll be honest, thinking about all the people I would have liked to have been made in the Hasbro style, I don't know that another Brett and Neidhart and even a Nikolai Volkov would have been my choices, but I'm really pleased they're here. Great additions to the set. Let's see what they're actually like, shall we? So, opening up. It's still fun, actually, the packaging as well. The way they are packaged up like that with the picture. And then the old style packing. The only thing I'd say about the Mattel backing cards, it's the same actually for the ones that were released individually, is they're a bit plain. There's not a lot going on them. I feel like with the old Hasbros, there was just a bit more on the cards. They're still cool. They still bring back memories. They're still nostalgic, but I think I just like a little bit more on them. They're a little bit plain for my liking. A solid addition to the line. I mean, Volkov's a brand new figure. Someone we've not got before at this size of figure. Nikolai Kikola, okay. No, Nikolai Kikolai. Messed that joke up first time. Okay, brilliant. Well, let's open him up, shall we? Right, got the old routine. Poker finger in the corner. Oh, not sure this one's going to work. I think we're going to have some damage to the card on this one. I'm not too worried about that, to be honest. I got rid of my Hasbro backing cards years ago, so I'm not going to get into keeping all these as well. It's still fun to do this. I mean, this is what it's about. It's about the nostalgia, isn't it? It's about opening them in the old ways we used to with the Hasbros. The ones with these legs are notoriously a little bit wobbly, the Sheamus or the Roddy Piper. But that's, oh, okay. Well, he's standing up first time. No, he's not. Got a hair trigger? No, he's all right. He's okay. Oh, there we go. Well, first of all, what? Well, he fits in with the rest of the Mattels. Same kind of fairly lightweight plastic. Never as heavy as the old Hasbros, but he's a pretty basic figure, but I quite like him. I think he's what I would have expected. Listen, I'll be totally honest up front. I really like the Mattel figures. I know what I'm getting with them. I don't mind even there's a little bit of a scratch on him because just in keeping with the Hasbros, maybe I'm giving them too much leeway, but they are lightweight. They do have little scratches on them. The paint isn't perfect. And if that's a problem for you, I totally understand that. But for me, that just sort of adds to the retro feel. I think even this, look, I mean, the hat doesn't come off. And you could say, well, I mean, they could have done that. They could have updated that. But then if we look at this guy over here, talk about the original glued on hat. There he is. How about height-wise? Do they measure up? Yeah, pretty good. I'm still having that slight hair trigger issue with the leg of Nikolai. Let's see if he'll go down without falling over. Come on, mate. There we go. Right. Let's put him there. Interesting choice, isn't it? If you think about the nostalgia of these, this set, if you'd released this 20 years ago as a sort of WrestleMania nostalgia, people would have bought it then. I mean, you know, I'm nearly 40. It's people my age buying these figures, isn't it? There's no kids today who are after a Nikolai Volkov and a Heart Foundation in the Hasbro size. Is there? I mean, I wouldn't have thought so. How long is that era going to be viable for retro? But then I suppose they've just released a Lou Thez figure, haven't they? The Powertown figures. So I suppose I've answered my own question, but there's got to come a time where there's enough 80s retro stuff on the market, isn't there? Well, anyway, this is the first one of Jimmy Hart we've got of this size, and he's a beauty, I have to say. He is the one I'm most excited about in this set. I don't know if that's the same for you. I can't get my finger in either, so I'm going to rip the card again. Ooh. There we go. Through the back. What's he got? Mash opponents with the megaphone. Sounds painful. Megaphone mash. There you go. Right. I think all the detail of this set has been saved for this figure. That might make you cry inside if you like to preserve your backings, but I don't care. I can't get into that. I've got rid of most of my collection, so I can't start keeping backing cards. Right. Again, what do we got? Glued on glasses. Megaphone comes loose. That's good. That's a good touch. And it's pretty decent. It's very much like the ones we've seen for the larger scale figures. Nice detail on his tie and his jacket. It's a softer plastic on the jacket. Action works. I mean, that's a really nice figure. Really like that. I mean, that is the figure. Honestly, you talk about the reason for these Mattels. That is the figure I dreamt of. I imagined having. The sort of figure I would have got some sort of action figure from somewhere else and pretended to be a Jimmy Hart. I mean, Jimmy Hart was one of the key missing pieces for my Hasbro matches as a kid. Let's take this off, shall we? That's brilliant. Really like that. I mean, that's worth paying for the set in itself, I would say. That figure alone. I mean, the Volkov is good as well, but he is very basic. I've even got a hole in the back. I think that's really good. I think that's a great figure. That is one of my favourite figures in a long while, I have to say. Right, so let's get on to the Heart Foundation, shall we? And we've got the Heart Attack and the Anvil Slam. Okay. I'm pleased to have an anvil. I have to say, an anvil in Heart Foundation gear, because that was a regular match for me, is repairing the Heart Foundation. I'm making a right hash of this. I've lost the technique in all the years. Come on. All right, I'm just going to rip it. I'm just going to say I'm not keeping the backing. I'm ripping it to pieces. Come on. There we go. Away. That's pretty good. Do you know what? They are basic and they are lightweight, but they've got detail in all the right places. That is to say, there's detail on the boots, the name's on the tights, they've got the stripe down there, they've gone to the effort of painting the laces, they've got the hollowed out hearts, which is right, the glasses don't come off, but again, you know, hello Coco Beware, that's in keeping with the Hasbro style. It really doesn't bother me. I suppose that's what it comes down to with these, is what you want from them. I mean, for me, I want the nostalgia of opening the packet like that. I want to be able to take some photographs of my Hasbro toys with a Jimmy Hart standing next to them. I want to be able to put the Heart Foundation against the Demolition figures. I mean, I think that's enough for me. If you want really detailed, really high-end produced figures, these aren't the ones for you, because in honesty, I mean, I don't think that's what you could say about the Hasbros, could you? Again, you know, there are lots of little paint marks and little scuffs and things. My Gene Okerlund had a scuff on its head, but so have all my Hasbros. I don't think there's any such thing as a mint Hasbro, is there? They come out of the packet scratched. Right. And so to Bret. You can't have enough Bret Harts. I must admit, I wasn't totally excited about the prospect of this set. I've already said that, but do you know what? So far, I think they've actually exceeded expectations. Yeah, I think they have. I think that Anvil's really nice. That Jimmy Hart's fantastic. And Volkov is a brand new figure. And so to Bret. Okay, this is the third Bret of this size. Well, it's not. I suppose you can have the purple heart Hasbro if you want to add that one in. But again, scuff marks. There's quite a lot of little marks and little paint imperfections. You can see there. Actually, the paint's coming off his glasses there as well. Looks like it's been played with already. I don't know, who knows? I don't know what it cost to make a figure. Couldn't tell you. But I'm sort of all right with it. And maybe my standards aren't high enough. I mean, it's pretty crude, really. If you look at the edging on that, he's got a blinking mark on his face. Just looks like he's been working. I mean, those glasses are not terribly impressive, to be honest, that I've been painted on. Yeah, I mean, the paintwork is not impressive. They are very lightweight. It doesn't bother me. I'm still going to buy more. I want as many of these as I can. Would I have liked that to not be quite so worn? Possibly. But again, I've said what I've said. I know what I'm expecting when I buy these figures, so I'm not disappointed. If you're looking for a slightly better finish on your figures, I can totally see why you might be a bit underwhelmed. The set in total, though, I mean, I think that's pretty good going. Yeah, I'm really pleased to have the Heart Foundation. Volkov's a brand new figure. That Jimmy Hart is something special. I really like that. And actually, he doesn't seem to have as many scuffs or marks on him. I wonder if a bit more attention to detail. Oh, hello. Sorry about that. A bit more attention has been spent on him. It's worth it for him alone. The others are good additions. I think if you're looking for really high class, really finely finished figures, you're going to be disappointed. But to be honest, I think if you are, you're not buying the retros, are you? As a self-confessed fan of Mattel retros, I'm really happy with those. I want some more. Depends what you want from them. But to be honest, my Hasbro world is growing and I'm happy about it.